For the past 2 years, I've been a ghost on social media. The constant noise had become my daily soundtrack until I chose silence. After deactivating my account, I never looked back. It's the longest I've ever gone without social media and one of the best decisions that I ever made. I haven't regretted quitting for a moment because it had brought me more benefits than I could have imagined. As a Gen Z, I pretty much grew up with social media. Amongst all the platforms, Instagram was the one that I frequently use and also the most toxic for me. I first created my Instagram account around 2014 while in middle school. I still have screenshots of my first few posts. Before saying goodbye to Instagram, I had used it for about 8 years. Between 2018 to 2022, when I was most addicted, I shared everything through Instagram stories and posts, my thoughts, photography, and places that I visited. Whenever I went somewhere or hung out with friends, I would immediately pull out my phone and start taking pictures and videos for Instagram story. I spent lots of time editing the photo, adjusting exposure, highlights, filter, and text just for Instagram. Being passionate about photography, I posted lots of portrait and landscape work. I even started taking more vertical photos instead of horizontal one simply because they perform better on Instagram. After posting anything, I repeatedly check who watched my stories and reacted to them over and over again like a loop. It became toxic. I spent countless hours mindlessly browsing what others were doing, not just friends, but acquaintances. Everyone was competing for attention, trying to make you focus on the wrong things. Every time I open Instagram, it's like I'm falling into a black hole that drains my energy and disturbs my inner peace. You scroll and consume endless information, but none of it matters. You don't even remember what you saw hours ago. It puts you in a state of unconscious loss, leaving you overstimulated. Everyone tries to build an online persona and curate an image. I'm not trying to say everything is fake, but it pulls you away from real peace and joy. Do you really need to know what others are up to, what they have for lunch, who their new partner is? Monitoring someone's update makes you focus too much on the external world, forgetting that your inner world is far more important. The more time you spend on the app, the more trapped you feel. Before I quit Instagram, I tried simply deleting the app, but that didn't work. I kept downloading it again. So I started deactivating my accounts regularly to get used to not having it. Finally, in October 2022, I deactivated my Instagram account and never logged in again. It felt like disappearing from the digital world completely. If I log into my account, I have to wait for a week to deactivate it, so I stay away. After quitting, nothing really happens. Only my close friend knew that I wasn't using social media anymore. This confirmed that it's perfectly fine to not use social media. You really don't miss anything important. Real connection don't need Instagram or other platforms to survive. If people truly want to reach you, they will find a way. They have your phone number, right? If they don't, maybe you weren't that close to begin with. I don't want to understand people through social media anyway, cause it only shows what they choose to present. Quitting helped me naturally filter out superficial connections. To be honest, I felt a bit empty at first, but after a while, I grew comfortable with not constantly scrolling through Instagram. Social media creates an illusion of connection with others. When you post your dinner or other daily moments, who are you really sharing with? Most people don't genuinely care. I realized I wouldn't lose anything by leaving. It gave me the freedom of not caring. I don't worry about what people think of my absence from social media, or do I obsess over others' activities. This filter out life unnecessary distractions and let me focus on what truly matters. It's like removing a heavy weight I didn't even know I was carrying. The peace that comes from not constantly comparing my life to others' curated highlight has been transformative. Not caring doesn't mean being indifferent. It means you understand what's genuinely important to you. In modern society, we program to react to everything, but we don't have to. This constant reactivity drains our limited daily energy, often leading us to focus on the wrong things. Once at the airport, I saw 3 girls crazily editing their photos, dramatically altering the body shapes. They looked nothing like their edited versions in real life. It was crazy. Social media constantly generates negative emotion, anxiety, fear, and anger. You feel worse seeing others' highlights reel because comparison is an energy vampire. Yet we never see the complete picture, just fragments of what people choose to share. It's like seeing one dot from a massive painting, though sadly many people are fooled by these partial glimpses. Social media also transform how we think. It feeds us with endless junk information. While you might believe you have independent thinking and free will, but you're often being programmed. Your mind is like a computer, can infected with viruses. You must be careful what you feed it. You become what you focus on. When scrolling through social media, especially Instagram, I notice how similar those influencers accounts look like. They are filled with food, scenery, beautiful photos, and selfie, but rarely show independent or deep thinking. It reveals the horror of homogenization. Clone-like content spread worldwide. Ironically, while everyone wants to be different, they end up looking the same. Your attention and time are today's currency. Spend it wisely, not scrolling through endless feeds of carefully curated illusions. By focusing on yourself instead of social media, you're harder to be manipulated. Not just by platforms, but by society, school, governments, media, news, and celebrities, all the other experts in the social matrix. Today's world has become obsessed with endless entertainment. It's not just social media, many things compete for our attention, making us blind to what truly matters. We get lost in trivial matters, losing our power to resist and think deeply. Social media has become an electronic prison. While this may sound a bit extreme, but it's how I see our world today. Free things often comes with the highest cost. With social media, you have to understand what you're really paying. It offers cheap happiness but numbs our minds. It can blind us and shape our thoughts in ways we don't notice. Most people don't realize that their mind are being programmed, and social media is just one example. We live in an age of information overload. Most messages lack depth and substance, like digital garbage, consuming our time and energy. It's become harder to separate what's valuable from what's just noise, like meaningless news, gossip, and entertainment. Without careful filtering, you become trapped in an information dump. That's why creating your own quiet space and maintaining an information diet is crucial. Last year, I picked up journaling again. I constantly write down my thoughts, daily observation, gratitude, accomplishment, and sudden ideas. Before, I used social media as my digital journal, though I kept the really private things to myself. When I stopped using social media and picked up my pen, I discovered the power of journaling. It doesn't just help me remember my days and capture my thoughts. It enhances how I see the world and my life. I've become more grateful and self-aware, exploring my inner world instead of getting lost in external noise. I collect precious moments, from small joys to big events, unions with old friends, delicious meals, beautiful sunsets, deep conversation, and kind words from strangers. The more I write, the more I notice life's blessings. I found more happiness without social media. Last year, I took 2 amazing trips, one reuniting with old friend in Taiwan and another exploring Chiang Mai and Pai in Thailand. For the first time, I wasn't rushing to post updates or show the world my every move. Though I still film videos, I did it to preserve memories rather than just share them instantly. This helped me connect more deeply with my experience and the people I met. In early 2024, I visited Taiwan to reunite an old friend I met during a student exchange program in America. Though we hadn't seen each other in 4 years, having deep conversations with her in person felt wonderful. While staying at her grandma's house in Taipei, I learned about her life there. We visited local breakfast shops almost daily, and I felt truly presence in each moment. I even experienced my first earthquake, almost 6.5 magnitude. The warmth of the people touched me. At one handcraft store, my friend and I chatted with the owner for so long that they invited us to dinner. It was a beautiful experience. In Thailand, I tried many new things: Thai boxing, Thai cooking, drums, African drums, skateboarding, and more. I met amazing people through genuine conversations. There was a Spanish drummer who lived in Chiang Mai for 4 years, and we had lunch together. And he even offered us free drum lessons. While learning to skateboard, I met a Thai artist who shared stories about his life, adventure, a decade-long unrequited love story. He drew cards for my friends and me, and we drew cards for him too. He said it was his first time receiving drawings from others since he was usually the one drawing for other people. These conversations felt real because they came from actual conversations, not social media profiles. These experiences were irreplaceable. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to demonize social media. It depends on how wisely you use it. It's undoubtedly useful for influences and promotions, but remember, you must control it. I will keep my distance from it, at least for now. YouTube feels different for me. I find it more authentic to share here and learn from others creators' long-form content. The video I post come from genuine reflection and experience. They are part of my expression. If you're considering quitting social media, start by reducing your time on it. Try deactivating it occasionally. When you're comfortable without it, take longer breaks. And whenever you use social media, remember to consider what is really causing you. Stop being a spectator in the theaters of others' life. It's time to step on your own stage and create something meaningful. The world needs your authentic voice, not an other echo in the digital void.